specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com. Request your virtual quote and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne. Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Parkview Ortho Express is open Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Call 260-266-4007 for more information. Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any age, any skill level.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, Our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Football fans, and welcome to sectional title action here, broadcasting live on Redeemer Radio. We are coming to you from the beautiful campus of Bishop Dwenger High School on the north side of town, where tonight it is the Bishop Dwenger Saints hosting the Northrop Bruins for a sectional title. Hi, everybody. Sean McBride here alongside with Corey Kitchen. Down on the field, we have the Redeemer Radio sports crew, and we are geared up, ready to go for tonight's action. Certainly want to thank our game sponsor, which is Parish Orthodontics. Doctors Brandon and Laura Parrish of Parish Orthodontics are the Game of the Week sponsor. Parish Orthodontics offers orthodontics for all ages with 7 locations around the Fort Wayne area. If you want a beautiful smile for a lifetime, check out Parish Orthodontics. Starting off the broadcast a little bit early tonight, as this is a big championship game, and I think what we're going to try and do now is get ready for the singing of God Bless America as well as our national anthem. Let's take a listen. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is sectional championship football being played right here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, broadcasting live from Bishop Dwenger High School. And as we do with all things great and good, let's kick it off with a prayer, so we'll send it down to the sidelines.
Well, welcome to the sidelines, everyone. I'm pleased to be joined by one of the chaplains here at Bishop Dwenger High School, Father Jay Horning. Father, would you please lead us in prayer?
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Good and gracious God, we thank you for this evening and for coming together to watch this game. We ask that all spectators, all of our athletes, all of our coaches, all the trainers, all the officials may be blessed with your graces this evening, Father. Keep them safe from injury and harm. May we show the great virtues that you give to us in sportsmanship. We ask all of these prayers through Christ our Lord. Amen. Amen. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, Father. Back up to you guys.
All right, Corey Kitchen, we are getting set to kick this one off here in mere moments. And again, it is the Bishop Dwenger Saints hosting the Northrop Bruins. Saints come in tonight a heavy favorite, Corey, but again, there's a storyline here to kind of talk about, and also keys to victory. So let's go with your prepared material and see where it takes us. Corey Kitchen, what do you have for us?
Well, let's talk about the matchup first, Sean. Great to be with you, by the way. And Northrop playing in their first sectional final in the last 20 years when they won their one and only sectional back in 1999. The Bishop Dwenger Saints, obviously a very storied tradition in the state playoffs, won 25 sectional titles, which is the fourth most in the state of Indiana over the 34-year history of the current playoff format. Northrop comes in playing some of their best football of the season, especially defensively, where they've held their last two opponents to single-digit point totals, including Bishop Dwenger 2 games ago and a 9-7 loss to the Saints that night. I really don't think we can say the same thing about the Saints right now. They've played some sloppy football in recent weeks. They've got the talent on the roster to make it down to Lucas Oil Stadium in 5A. I really believe that, but they're going to need to flip the switch and start playing a little bit cleaner football at this point.
When we talk about the sloppy play, Corey, I think everyone that has watched film and watched them in person can certainly agree with that. They have been bitten by the injury bug quite a bit, and talking to the coaching staff, I myself said, gosh, guys, 9-7, what's going on there? And they said, well, out of necessity, they sat 14 players that night and had to bring some in just to go for the victory, obviously. But again, this week, not 100% healthy, clearly missing one of the best defensive backs in the area, Hayden Ellinger, but another defensive back, a real game changer on both sides of the ball, is out tonight as well.
Yeah, Patrick Finley is not going to play this evening, and that is a huge loss, as you mentioned, Sean. Both sides of the football. He's an all-conference performer, and he's really the speed back for the Saints on offense, and I think that might be where we notice it the most. They typically have Patrick as the speed back. They've got Devin Tittman and Louis Tittman that are more of your power back type of running backs, but Patrick's speed could be noticeably absent tonight.
It could very well. Well, folks, Redeemer Radio 106.3 would like to thank Dr. Adam Osenga of Northeast Chiropractic Center as our sports media sponsor. Northeast Chiropractic Center is a patient-centered office that focuses on staying well through chiropractic, massage, exercise, and functional medicine. Remember to check out every strategy, play, and halftime interview at youtube.com/Redeemer Radio. Both teams are at the midfield stripe going through the coin flip right now, and we see two of those injured captains out there in Patrick Finley as well as Hayden Ellinger, along with Eifert and number 75.
Luke Wigington.
Yeah, Big Luke, number 75 for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. So now would be a perfect time to head down to the sidelines and check in with our sideline reporter, Mr. Eric Pete. Eric, what do you have for us?
Well, hey, guys, happy to be here on the sideline. A bit chilly, as you might expect on a night like this, but an electric atmosphere. The Saints obviously ready to go for this one, playing not only their first sectional here at Shields Field, but playing for their first ever 5A sectional crown. So we're excited to see what they can do tonight. The Northrop Bruins won the toss. They have deferred and will be kicking towards the scoreboard. So we'll see the Saints offense first, and as you said, they'll be without Patrick Finley. I talked to him before the game here. He has a left ankle sprain, and that's going to keep him out tonight, but he was very positive and hopeful for his chances playing next week should the Saints advance, guys.
Thanks very much, Eric Pete, for that. Quickly, Corey, looking at both of these squads in the next couple minutes, what do you have for keys to victory tonight?
Well, I think Northrop, on offense, they've got to be able to run the ball successfully and sustain drives. They got a two-headed running back monster in Jeremiah Green and Demarius Cowan. They've combined for over 1,300 yards and 13 touchdowns on the season. These guys are good. On defense, Northrop needs to slow down Dwenger's run game, force some turnovers, which the Saints' offense has been prone to a little bit lately. For the Saints, I think their offensive line is key tonight. They've got to run the ball in this cold weather, which will be more difficult with their speed back Patrick Finley out, as we mentioned. And then their key on defense is to keep doing what they've been doing for the last 2 years, and that's the Saints are 23-0 in the last 2 seasons when their starting defense has allowed 2 scores or less. When defensive coordinator Casey Kolkman's number 1 defense has given up 3 scores, the Saints are 0-2.
All right, folks, we are a minute and a half away from this contest kicking off here. When we look down the bracket a little bit, and if, in fact, the Saints were to win this contest, we'll be checking in tonight throughout the contest to see if we get scores and updates around the area with Nick Gray. But we are traveling to Lafayette The question is it West Lafayette or South Lafayette, as McCutcheon is taking on Harrison tonight, West Lafayette. Harrison checking in on that game with a 9-2 record, and McCutcheon at 7-4. Harrison being the favorite in that particular contest, but the game is yet to be played, and so we'll find out where we are next week, if we are anywhere. This is sectional championship action. Win, you play. Lose, you go home, and we are getting ready and set to kick this one off here. Northrop has the ball at the 40-yard line, working off the right hash mark. Single man back deep for the Saints inside the 5. That's Michael Lito, the man back deep, not wearing number 14 for the Saints. Whistle blows, kick is away, high end over end kick, short kick, and Lito will grab it off the hop near the 5, gets to the 10, makes a juke, tries to go north and south up to the 15, gets out close to the 20, and that's where they will start on offense. First and 10 at about the 18-yard line.
Pretty good coverage by the Northrop special teams unit, their kickoff unit there, to hold the Saints inside the 20-yard line, as you mentioned, Sean, and they're going to give it a go from the 18.
They will start off there, working off the left hash mark. The Saints are led by number 13, Brendan Lytle. He is a 6', 170-pound junior quarterback, known for his decision-making capabilities and bringing this offense up to speed as they break huddle. We'll see an empty backfield. Wow. 2 wideouts to the left, 2 wideouts to the right. Now a man in motion going to the right side. Here's a snap. Throw to O'Keefe. He's in the backfield on the screen. He's hitting the backfield, smothered and stopped, and he will get hit back at about the 13-yard line. So that is a tackle for loss for the Northrop Bruins.
Antoine Scott out there from his linebacker spot, or safety, I should say, for the Northrop Bruins. And Mike Lito, unfortunately, did a bit of an Olay kind of block out there on the edge, and Antoine was able to make a big stick.
So a loss of 5 on that one brings up 2nd and 15 now for the Saints. Same formation, working off the right hash mark now. Twins right, twins left. Man in motion is Lito going behind the quarterback now. Here's an option. Quarterback decides to keep it, finds a seam, gets north of the 20, finally taken out near the 24-yard line.
Went speed option to the left with the motion mad Mike Lito as the pitch man, but Brendan Lytle was having none of that and kept it himself. Picked up a nice 6 yards.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. Ball resting just south of the 25-yard line. Saints working left to right on your radio dial. Beautiful but cold night. 30 degrees here at kickoff. And it's only going to be colder, but no wind so far tonight. All right, they empty the backfield again on 3rd and 4. Critical down here for the Saints. Here's a snap. Quick screen out to the edge. He's got his man goofing north and south. Gets north of the 25, but that is about it. He's going to wind up short of the first down. Is that Fosnaw out there?
No, I believe
86.
Rocco Sioka, I believe. And, Devon Godsey did a nice job for the Northrop Bruins coming in there, making a significant stick to keep the Saints from a first down.
They're going to wind up with a 4th and 1, and the punt team is on.
You mentioned Alex Fosnaw. I believe he's still on the sideline himself due to injury at this point, so another Saint that's banged up.
Low rounding ball for the snap. The kick is away. It's a low line shot over the 50, the 45. Trickles, takes a Dwenger bounce, still rolling down to about the 45-yard line. And that's where it'll be touched up. So the Saints go 3 and out to start this contest. Still zeros on the scoreboard. And we'll take a first look at the Northrop offense. They are led by number 9, Dylan Hoot. He is a 5'11", 170-pound senior wearing number 9.
Did not play against the Saints in the first go-around about 3 weeks ago. Was injured that day, and they used Issa Chikari that night. But Dylan's the guy that makes their offense go, according to Casey Kolkman, the Saints defensive coordinator.
He's in the shotgun with a trips package to the right side, 1 wide left. Saints show pressure. Here's a snap. Option, pitch. He's got his man out to the right side looking for some room, getting the edge, getting hit into the linebacker core, driving forward, and a nice run out to about the 48-yard line.
Jeremiah Green on the carry. It was a speed option right, just the same play that the Saints had run in their offensive series, and Dylan Hoot pitched it off to Jeremiah Green. And as we mentioned in the opening, Sean, they've got two really good running backs that you have got to tackle and gang tackle to get down on the ground, and the Saints did not do that on that occasion.
No, Green was the power back that time, picking up 7, bringing up a 2nd and 3. Number 34, Cohen, is also one of the running backs we're going to watch tonight as well. Twins right, twins left, and a single setback. Here's a snap. Give through the middle. Green gets smothered over and stuffed for no gain that time.
Really good job by the Saints defense there. Gage Renbarger was the final tackler that cleaned that run up. That was just an inside zone play and going to set up about a 3rd and 3.
Northrop breaks huddle. Again, 2 wideouts to the left and right with a single setback. That's Green. Hoot from the shotgun, looks over the defense. Here's a snap. Play action, rolling to his right, looking to throw, finds the edge. No, finally chucks the ball, and is it caught is the question. No, it is incomplete, so the drive is going to stall.
Went a little play action, roll out, bootleg right, and was under quite a bit of pressure there. It looked like Jordan Watercutter put the heat on, and Hoot was unable to complete that. And now it appears to me Northrop's making some decisions here on 4th and 3.
Well, but the officials are huddling on the far side of the field as well. He was in the grasp and going down when he kind of chucked that ball up into the air. So let's see what happens. We might need some perspective from the only sideline crew in Fort Wayne with Redeemer Radio. So we'll ask Eric Pease to run across the field and see what's going on. No, we're not going to do that. Here come the officials from the sideline. They want to try and get some clarity away from the Northrop squad there.
Still chatting. It's either 4th and 3 or about 4th and 8 probably is what we're looking at.
Something like that, yeah. All right. Well, anyway, we'll talk about one of our sponsors while we have some time here, and that is Tri-State Storage Trailer Rental, a local company renting full-size semi-trailers and ground-level containers for commercial storage solutions. Call Kevin Hauser at 844-293-5266.
I've got a change for you, Sean. There was a flag down on the far sideline, and it was roughing the passer on the Saints.
Oh, my heavens.
So we're going to, instead of 4th down, let's make that 1st down, and the Saints are backed up. The 38-yard line of the Saints. Do the Northrop Bruins have a 1st down here?
Wow. Okay, so the penalty is a big one against the Saints. 1st and 10 for Northrop, and the Dwenger faithful make their voices heard. Here's a snap. Going to the left. This quarterback decides to keep it. To bad decision that time. He's stuffed at the line and goes down for a little bit of a loss.
Yeah, nice job up front by, looked like Joe Henry in there as well as Jordan Watercutter. They really shut down that. It was a speed option to the left side, I should say. Couldn't get that out, Sean. And the quarterback kept it right up the middle, and those guys just shut it down.
Nothing there for him. So a loss of 1 that time as Big Joe Henry checks out of the defense. Brings up 2nd and 11. Again, single setback for Northrop. Trips package to the left side. Here's a snap. Pressure comes. Looks to throw over the middle. He's got a man wide. Overthrown and incomplete that time. His intended receiver that time was wearing number 1, and that's Adrian Scott, and it was incomplete.
Just went with a little post route or a skinny post, if you will, and just completely overthrew everyone on that particular route. So setting up 3rd and 11 here.
Ball is resting at the Dwenger 39-yard line. Northrop able to get a 1st down off of a penalty, but nothing much more there. Still zeros on the scoreboard. This is 1st quarter action with 7:36 remaining in the 1st quarter. Trips package left, 1 wide right. From the shotgun, he looks to throw on 3rd and long. Goes, fires over again with the post, and incomplete and no good.
Went right back to the same route to the same receiver with the same result, an overthrow.
Mm-hmm. All right, so 4th and 11. And now let's see what they do here as they, again, are resting at the 39-yard line. No, the punt team is on for the Northrop Bruins. And I believe that's Adrian Scott, number 1, back there to punt this ball away. Good snap. And he gets it, but it looks to be blocked, and it is going off the side of his foot, and it's going to trickle down to about the 25-yard line of the Saints as they back away. So big play that time for the Saints.
Like Lucas Crone, number 38, was in there and got a piece of that punt, and the Northrop Bruins were trying to pin the Saints deep, but Crone had other ideas, and now the Saints will start from the 25, much better than we probably would have guessed.
So the defense holds for the Saints, and Brendan Lytle and company come back out for the second series. This time the ball rests at the 25-yard line, working off the left hash mark. Saints' previous drive stalled. They had to punt the ball away. We've got 7:21 remaining here in the first quarter. Zeros on the scoreboard.
That first offensive series for the Saints, they threw it twice and ran a quarterback on an option, never handed it off, which is to a running back, which is very out of character for the Saints offense.
You bet. Now, interestingly enough, Coach Garrett was out past the numbers talking with the official. This is why the delay has happened here. But the Saints line up now. Again, trips package to the right side. Single setback from the shotgun. Here's a snap. Give to the running back through the line. Squirts through. Gets into the linebackers. Diving out to about the 29.
Inside zone left was the play call to Devin Tippmann, who picked up about 3 yards on the carry. Nice job by the Northrop Bruins to hold him to just 3.
Clock continuing to wind here in the first quarter. And here come the Saints on 2nd and 7. Trips package on the short side left. Single setback is Tippmann. From the shotgun is Lytle. Here's a snap. Again, give to Tippmann, trying to follow those blocks, trying to spin out of one, diving for another yard or two out to the 30-yard line.
Looked like they pulled the guard on that particular play, a power left play. Strange formation with all 3 receivers into the boundary. It was a really tight formation over there, and looked like they picked up about 2.
Critical 3rd and 5 now for the Dwenger Saints as they come out of the huddle. Now that trips package will flow to the right side. And again, a single setback. Here's a snap. He looks to throw, tries to screen. No. Breaks off now, floats the ball in the air. It's hit, and he dropped immediately is Michael Lito after he caught and retained the ball right at the 30-yard line. So no gain on the play, but a heads-up job by Lytle, Corey Kitchen, to not throw that interception on the screen.
No, you're absolutely right. Although on the pump fake, he really hung out Lito to dry. And Vaughn Cruz, the safety for the Northrop Bruins, put a stick on Lito that he'll remember for a while.
4th and 5 for the Saints. And they will punt this one away, standing at about the 16-yard line. It was a poor snap last time. This one is perfect, right on target. Kick is away. Beautiful punt this time. Angling to the far side, takes a Northrop hop, then hops sideways. It'll be touched up at the 41-yard line. So both squads trading punts now as we have 5:21 left to go here in the first quarter, and the score is still tied at 0. In case you're just joining us, we're broadcasting live from Bishop Dwenger High School, where tonight it is the Northrop Bruins taking on the Bishop Dwenger Saints for a sectional championship. Again, as Corey Kitchen had mentioned before, this would be for the Northrop Bruins, their first sectional crown in 20 years. It would be the 3rd in a row for the Bishop Dwenger Saints, with a total of 26 overall. 1st and 10 for Northrop. Moving right to left on your radio dial. Jet sweep. Misses one tackle, gets to the edge, finds the edge at the 45, gets a block, downfield, into Dwenger territory, knocked out of bounds. And let's see where they mark him. Oh, back at the 50.
Krishan Menson on the carry, a sophomore wide receiver for the Northrop Bruins on that jet sweep. It looked like the Saints were going to get him in the backfield, but he had the speed to elude that tackle, that initial tackler, and was able to pick up 9 on the play.
So it looks like he ran for 20, but they marked him back out at the 50-yard line. That was a gain of 9, brings up 2nd and 1 for Northrop as they are inches away from Dwenger territory. 3 down linemen for the Saints. Here's a snap. Pressure is coming. Give through the middle. He's stuck in the backfield and swarmed over and stopped. Boy, there must be something running right into the chest of Big Henry right there.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joe Henry basically planted the center into the backfield of the Northrop Bruins. Big Joe has a significant size advantage on the center of the Northrop Bruins, and he took advantage of it there.
Yeah, he's putting them on skates almost every play, so that's a tackle for loss of 2, and that brings up 3rd and 3 now. They need to get to the Dwenger 49 for a first down. Spread offense here. Here's a snap. They bring the pressure. He looks to throw, fires to the flats, and it is incomplete off the hands of the receiver that time, and no good.
Really nice job by Colin Stauffer, the corner there. I was wondering if we were going to see a yellow hanky, but he had just a little contact there, and enough that they didn't call it, but he was able to knock the ball away.
Adrian Sewell was the intended receiver, and the punt team is back on now for Northrop. So another 3 and out. Dwenger with a little personnel confusion here, finally gets set. Here's a snap. It's a good one. Kick is away, almost blocked again. This is a high end over end kick. Taking it to 25, gets to the edge at the 30, dances out of bounds near the 33-yard line is Michael Lito.
The Saints have had some success coming off the edge on those punts thus far. The Bruins have not had a hand on that edge rusher yet, and it almost cost them again, but they were able to get it off.
Well, again, a little better field position now for the Saints as they start this drive. They'll place the ball at the 34-yard line, but really for the Saints on offense, again, not much to show for their efforts here in the first quarter.
You know, you got to credit that Northrop defense. As we mentioned in the opening, they've given up single-digit point totals in their last 2 games. They're playing some of their best football of the year.
Empty backfield for Lytle now. Man in motion is Tippmann. They give to Tippmann through the middle. Breaks it back out to the right side, grinding and grinding. Oh, took a bad tackle there at about the 38.
Yeah, he got kind of folded up like a pretzel there on the tackle. Comes up a little bit gimpy on that. Looked like an inside zone that they handed off to him after he came in motion. And I think number 8 for the Northrop Bruins, their big linebacker Devon Godsey was in there as the primary contributor to that hit.
We'll call that a gain of 5. Short 5 as they break it out to the 38-yard line. On second down, we'll call it actually a gain of 4. Brings up 2nd and 6. Trips package to the left side, single setback. Here's a snap. Again, give to the tailback this time. Trying to find some room. Won't find anything. He's swarmed over by 3 Bruins and stopped.
Well, Patrick Finley is out of this game. Devin Tippmann just limped off the field, and now they've got Mike Lito, their normal slot receiver, in the backfield getting carries. So the Saints are really hurting, it appears, at the running back position from a personnel standpoint right now.
No gain on the play as they keep it at the 38-yard line. So 3rd and 6 now for the Saints.
The thing about having Mike Lito in the backfield is he's no longer on the edge to catch the pass.
Right. Trips package to the left side, 1 wide right on the short side. Here's the snap, play action, quick dump out to the edge. They've got Griffin Eifert, breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2, getting north, and finally pushed out of bounds near the 42-yard line. It looks like he's going to be shy of the first down by a yard or 2, and that's going to bring up 4th and short.
Just a quick screen out to the right to Griffin, and he tried to do all he could with it there, but the Saints just don't seem to have a lot of offensive rhythm. I think it's probably due to some of these injuries.
Yeah. Brings up a 4th and 1. And the Saints, again, are in punt formation.
See if they try to make the Northrop Bruins jump off sides here. It would make some sense on 4th and 1.
A little hard count action here. Let's see what they do here on 4th and 1. No, the snap is away. Kick is a low liner. Takes a Dwenger bounce, bouncing back inside the 20-yard line. No return coming, and it will trickle down to the 16-yard line.
They are winning the field position battle on special teams right now. That was a great punt by Sam Pisa.
Yeah.
And the Bruins will have to start, as you mentioned, from the 16.
Pisa will stay on the field as a safety for the Saints tonight. As, again, we talked about Patrick Finley being out so far. We've got 2:39 remaining here in the first quarter. Score is still 0-0. And, again, no first downs for either squad here except for that on that 1 penalty of roughing the passer. Now Northrop is going to start a little deeper than they're used to, back at their own 16-yard line. From the shotgun. Here's a snap. Edge blitz comes through the middle. He's got some room. He breaks it outside. Then north and south again. Great run that time by number 34 for the Northrop Bruins, and that's Demarius Cohen.
Yep, Cowan's first carry, I believe, of the night, and that two-headed monster at running back is really impressive for the Northrop Bruins. Between Cowan and Green, they've got a stable of running backs, and they've got riches back there, if you will.
That's exactly right. That is enough for a Northrop first down. Place the ball at the 28-yard line. Here's a snap. Again, give to Cohen through the middle. This time they catch up to him, and he's going to fall forward to about the 29-yard line.
Another inside zone run, and this time the Saints were right on the spot for that. I still think Joe Henry is just commanding a presence up front. Now he's being replaced by Vinny Fiacable, but you're going to probably see the same situation. The Saints keep running big nose guards in there over the top of a very, very small center for the Northrop Bruins.
2nd and 9 coming up for the Bruins. Moving right to left on your radio dial. Single setback. Twins right and left. Edge blitz shown. He's looking to throw. He's got pressure. He throws down the field. It is caught near the midfield stripe, and that's where he's taken down. Little seam route that time. Trying to get a number on that receiver.
Adrian Scott
number
comes 1.
Up with a big one.
Yeah, it looked like third time's the charm on that particular play.
Yeah.
Hoot to Scott on that skinny post, and they finally connected.
Again, they moved the chains, so Northrop able to put a drive together. This one started back at the 16, and now they're at the 50. 1st and 10. Here's a snap. Little draw through the middle, trying to find some room. Does find some room. Gets into the linebacker, taking tacklers with him is the running back, number 34, Cowan.
That speaks to the strength of his lower body there. He looked like he was going to be stopped for no gain and ended up with 4 yards.
Clock grinds down, under a minute to go now. 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and 6. Bruins break huddle. Same formation. One setback, offset to the right of the quarterback, Dylan Hoot. He's in the shotgun looking over the defense. Now the setback offsets to the left side. Here's a snap. Pitch. Looking for some room. Hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage.
John Michael Fabini did a great job. Shed a block on the edge and was still able to make that tackle. It appears to me for either no gain or a slight loss.
They place the ball at the 46-yard line. That will bring up a 3rd and 6 now. And I don't know if Northrop is going to get one off here to end the first quarter. But we have zeros coming up here, and that will do it for your first quarter of action, ladies and gentlemen. We're broadcasting live from Bishop Dwenger, where the Saints sit at 0 and Northrop sits at 0 as well. We'll flip the field and be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to high school football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any...
We are back to start the second quarter of action here, ladies and gentlemen. The score is 0-0. The Bishop Dwenger Saints hosting the Northrop Bruins. Northrop, after the quarter timeout, is facing a 3rd and 6 now from the Dwenger 46-yard line. From the shotgun, Hoot looks over the defense. Here is a snap, little reverse. Quarterback, halfback pass. He airs it out. It's a jump ball, and it's up and picked off. Eifert's got the ball. He's still scrounging for yards. Big scrum, and they whistle him dead at the 20-yard line.
What a gift from the Northrop Bruins to the Saints. The Bruins had been moving the ball pretty well on the ground, and to pull out a trick play in that scenario right after the quarter break makes very little sense to me.
Yeah, well, here we go. It is the Saints back on offense now with a breath of fresh air as Griffin Eifert with a big pick and gives the ball back to the Saints right at the 20-yard line. Now with the quarter break, they're moving right to left or south to north. I formation now, a little different look from the Saints. They're going to try the power game. Let's see what happens here. Under center is Leto. Give to the tailback. Off tackle right, not much there.
Isolation play off the right side. Tailback following his fullback through the line, and appears we had Louis Tippmann behind KJ Tippmann there in the I formation. A couple of backs we haven't seen much of so far.
Yeah, we're talking about that during the break. And let's see what they do now here on 2nd and 10 after no gain on that first down. Both players remain back there in the backfield as Lytle will be under center. Here's the snap, pitch to the left side, trying to evade. Big backside pressure and dropped. Big tackle for loss that time for Northrop.
Nigel Robertson in there, the second team All-SAC defensive end, number 53 for the Northrop Bruins, was able to make a tackle for a big loss.
Ball is placed back at the 14-yard line. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and forever now for the Saints. They need to get out to the 30-yard line, so we've got 16 yards to go here. 3rd and 16 for the Saints. Trips package to the right side. Here's the snap. Lytle getting pressed through the middle. It's a middle screen. It is picked up. He's at the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and he has finally dropped. The screen worked to perfection as Devin Tippmann trots down the line to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. That screen absolutely worked to perfection. Let that defensive line blitz in there with a lot of pressure. Tossed it just over their fingertips right to Devin Tippmann. Came down the left sideline and picked up a much-needed first down.
Boy, oh boy, let's see what happens now. Out to the 40-yard line, from the 16 out to the 40. And again, they come out with a trips package to the right side. Leto in the slot. One wide left. And a single setback is Devin Tippmann. Here's a snap. He's looking to pass on first down. Has time, scrambles. Decides to tuck it and run. Goes to the edge. Gets out to about the 47-yard line before he runs out of bounds is Brendan Lytle.
Good decision on Brendan Lytle's part there. He got flushed out of the pocket to the left. Could have forced it. But instead decided to keep it himself and pick up about 7 yards. And those are the kinds of decisions that Coach Mark Watts wants to see out of his signal caller.
You betcha. Brings up a very manageable 2nd and 3 now for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Little different look. 2 wide outs to the right, 1 wide left. Lytle goes to the right, looks to pitch. He can't pitch. And now he's in trouble in the backfield. Breaks 1 tackle, still trying to evade. Has pressure, still trying to evade. Gets north and south, goes down the sideline, still on his feet, into Northrop territory, and finally run out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
That was just incredible. He made something out of absolutely nothing there on that particular play. It was a speed option that was headed to the right side, and it was well covered, so Lytle switched directions, came back left, the old CYO cutback that never works.
That's right.
But it did in this instance.
Yeah. Wow. So 1st and 10 for the Saints after Lytle scrambles for his life very effectively, and they live to fight another day. 1st and 10 into Northrop territory now from the 42. Lytle looks over the defense. Here's a snap. He looks to throw on first down. Looking. Can't. Fires. Outlet pass to Devin Tippmann. Breaks 1 tackle. And it gets down to about the 34-yard line, but there is a flag on the play, so this one might be coming back.
Brendan looked right. I think the play was set up to throw to the right side of the field, but ended up coming back left to his safety valve, Devin Tippmann, who picked up a nice gain, but it may be coming back.
Well, they spot the ball down at the 35, so it's a sideline warning against the Saints. Probably Coach Watts. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I think that play will stay.
Right.
And,
First one's a warning?
Yep. So second and about 2, it appears.
So, again, the ball is just inside the 35-yard line of Northrop. They got to move the down marker, and they finally do. So officially we'll call it second and short 3 coming up for the Saints. Single setback, trips package to the right. Here's a snap, play action, throwing out to the edge. Eifert's got it. He's got some room, taking the ball down inside the 25 and finally grounded near the 22.
Another quick screen out to the left side, a slip screen, if you will, and Patrick O'Keefe did a phenomenal job out there as the lead blocker. He deserves some major credit for the yardage gained on that play.
Yeah, he didn't make the catch, but he surely made the play. And another first down put together now by the Bishop Dwenger Saints as they edge closer to the red zone, down to the 22-yard line. 3 wideouts to the short side left. Nobody out to the right side. Double tight package. Single setback. Here's a snap. Give to Tippmann, bouncing it out left. He's got some room inside the 20, gets hit and dropped near the 16-yard line.
Ran power to the left. Big Joe Henry pulled from his right guard position off to the left side, and Louis Tippmann followed him up in there for about 6 yards on the play.
So they're officially inside the red zone for the first time tonight with 8:36 remaining in the second quarter. Zeros on the scoreboard for both squads. Dwenger now officially threatening inside the red zone at the 16. 3 wideouts to the right side. 1 single setback is Tippmann. Lytle is in the shotgun. Here's a snap. Again, give to Tippmann off the edge, right side. He'll get 1, maybe 2 inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Ran inside zone to the right on that particular play to Devin Tippmann and just picked up a couple. A nice job up front by that Northrop defensive front 7.
Going to bring up a critical 3rd and 2 here for the Saints. Inside at the 14-yard line now.
In recent weeks in situations like this, they've been running toss sweep.
And here it is, power eye left.
See if they toss it out or go 'em right up the gut.
Here's a snap, going to the right this time and finding nothing. Boy, Northrop sniffed that one out big time. That's going to be a tackle for loss back at the 15-yard line.
That's great recognition on the part of the Northrop Bruins because normally the Saints will always run to the power side.
Yeah.
They decided to go weak, but Northrop was there.
And so that brings up a 4th and 3 now for the Saints.
Tough decision here. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, offense is on the field. And now, could a hard count be dialed up here?
That would make some sense, certainly.
And Northrop's defense is being very aggressive right now. They go back to that power eye right formation.
Look for a play action pass.
Lytle,
they got to jump.
He did it. He got it. He got the hard count.
You called it, Sean.
Northrop pulls off. And will it be against Northrop is the question at this point. I believe it will.
Certainly.
Offsides defense. So a free first down coming up for the Saints. The hard count worked. And now the Saints will move deeper into Northrop territory. Ball will be just north of the 10-yard line. So the Saints could theoretically score or get a first down without scoring at this point. 6:45 remaining in the second quarter. Zeros on the scoreboard. Dwenger threatens. 1st and 10 from the 10. Power eye right. Pitch right. No, quarterback bootlegs. Throws to the flats. No one's there. It's caught at the 4. Touchdown, Saints.
Really well done by the Saints there. They faked the toss pitch to the right. Bootlegged left. Griffin Eifert ran a little tight end delay route where he blocked down initially and then just kind of snuck out to the flat all by himself for an easy touchdown.
So at 6:33 to go in the second quarter, your first score is on the board, a 10-yard pass from Lytle to Eifert. And the Saints strike first here at Shields Field.
Attached as a tight end, Griffin Eifert, he's going to make Big Brother proud on that play.
That's right. Here come the Saints with that swinging gate PAT. Now they shift and go back to the regular formation. Belanda in. He is a sophomore kicker. Awaits a snap. It is good. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good from here. 7-0 is your score with 6:33 remaining here in the second quarter. We'll step out for a 30-second break. You're listening to high school football here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Keep your skills on point.
School where the Saints are now on top of the Northrop Bruins 7-0 with 6:33 remaining in the second quarter. Let's check in down on the sidelines with Eric Pete.
Well, an impressive drive by the Saints. It all got started on defense with the interception, and just really an interesting play because it was on third down. The Griffin Eifert came up with the interception. It was essentially a punt, but at the same time, Dwenger, the sideline, getting pumped, seeing one of their receivers make a play, and that was enough to get some juice and get the Momo going for the Saints. You know, even though it's essentially a punt, they saw one of their guys make a play, and they made plays after that all the way down the field.
Well, great point, Eric, too. And Corey, to talk about it even further, points off a turnover. That's how the good teams win.
Yep, absolutely.
You bet. Here come the Saints on the kickoff from the 40-yard line. Low line shot, takes a skip or two. Hard to handle near the 13-yard line, looking for some room. Hit and down near the 25. Late flag comes out, and I believe that's going to be an incidental face mask, I believe.
Yeah, it looked like Toby Ecke came in there high on the tackle. I don't know if he grabbed a mask or they didn't like the fact that it was high and kind of a helmet shot, something of that nature, it appears.
The receiver, his head snapped back at the point of impact, so something happened there. Oh, they pick it up.
All right.
Okay. Well, again, he was going down at the time, so, again, incidental contact is the call. And Northrop will start off in pretty good shape here. Ball is now resting at about the 22-yard line. And that's where Dylan Hoot and company will take over on offense. Again, your score is 7-0, Saints on top of Northrop here in second quarter action. Shout out to our friends watching on Summit City tonight, especially some good friends out southwest, Rick and Karen Allen. Welcome to the program. That'll cost them $20. I was
going to say, that's a shout-out.
First and 10 for Northrop as they reset here. Still back in the huddle with 6:28 to go in the second quarter. Little player confusion there. Now he's back in the huddle, and we're ready to go. First and 10. Single setback, offset to Hoot's left side. Here comes quarterback keeper through the seam. He's got some room through the middle. Gets out, squirts out past the 30, and dropped near the 32-yard line.
Faked the inside zone play, went zone read, and Hoot's first carry of the night is a pretty big one. Picked up a first down, it appears.
Yeah, about a 10-yard scamper there for the talented quarterback. And they will move the chains and grind the clock again. Fresh set of downs at the 32 coming up for the men in white, brown, and orange. Same formation, twins right, twins left, and a single setback offset to his left. Hoot looks over the defense. Running back resets. Here's a snap. And again, it's a pitch. He's got some room. He doesn't get through it. He is stopped at the 35 and wrangled down. So good open field tackle that time.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, the Bruins caught the Saints in a blitz coming off the edge with that speed option play, but credit to Sam Pisa filling in for Patrick Finley at the strong safety spot. He was able to shed a tackle and make a really nice tackle.
Call that a gain of 3, brings up 2nd and 7 as the Bruins come back up to the line. 2 wideouts to the left, 2 wideouts to the right on the short side. Working off the right hash mark now. 2nd and 7, play action. He rolls to his left, looking, still rolling, getting pursued, going to the edge, and finally run out of bounds after a gain of about 4.
Yeah, I think Dylan Hoot made a good decision on that play, much like Brendan Lytle did for the Saints on their drive, of just holding on to it, not trying to force it, and trying to pick up as much as he could there. It appears the Bruins will have about a 3rd and 4.5.
Yeah. Scoreboard says 3rd and 5. We'll go with it. He ran 50 yards to gain 2, but that's where we're at now. So 3rd and 5 coming up, And it is a short 5 coming up for the Bruins here. Trips package to the right. Here's a snap. He's looking left, throws over the left side, and it is tipped, nearly intercepted off the hands of Devin Tippmann and incomplete.
Don't normally see Devin back up into pass coverage like that from his middle linebacker spot. He's usually on the blitz. But in this particular case, he was able to get deep enough to get his paws on that thing and knock it down incomplete. So looks like the Bruins will have to punt.
Adrian Scott is going to be in there to punt the ball away for Northrop as this drive stalls with a 4th and short 5 coming up. 2 men back deep for the Saints, standing at about their own 33-yard line. Here's a snap, a little short, but he did get the kick away, and it is a short shanked kick there. It does take a Northrop bounce, however. No return that time for Dwenger, and they're going to mark it near the 39-yard line. So, again, we see the Saints coming up big on defense, and now they've got really good field position to start this drive, Corey.
Absolutely. This really feels like a critical drive for the Northrop defense. If the Saints were able to take this down the field and put some points on the board, this thing might be nearly over.
It might be. We've got some news from Nick Gray. Let's get this playoff, and then we'll go check in with Nick. These playoff scores are really important. We want to get them to you. But we want to stay with the action here quickly. So we'll do this 1st and 10 and check in with Nick afterwards. Twins right, Twins left, and a single setback. Lytle in the shotgun. Here's a snap, quick throw. He's got his man. It's a hitch to O'Keefe, and he is dropped after a gain of about 3. Let's check in with Nick Gray.
Well, guys, right now Carroll is out at Homestead, and Homestead's winning that game 7-0. The big game that we're watching is McCutcheon is at Harrison. And the winner of that game will play the winner of this game, and Harrison is leading that 24-7. East Noble's over at Leo, and that one's tied in the second quarter. Concordia is down at Peru, and they're winning that matchup 28-0. So we'll keep an eye on that, especially the McCutcheon-Harrison game, and be back to you in a little bit.
2nd and 7 for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. At the 42-yard line, here is a snap. Give through the middle, bouncing it outside now, finding some room in the flats. Nice open field tackle, and Louis Tippmann is dropped at about the 43.
Vaughn Cruz came up from his safety spot for the Bruins and made a tremendous open field tackle. Came from a long way.
Yeah.
He was 10 to 15 yards deep in the secondary, but sniffed that out very quickly and running the alley and made a nice stop.
So officially we'll call it at the 44-yard line. That brings up a 3rd and 6 for the Saints. Lytle looks like he's attending some equipment here.
Tying the shoe of Patrick O'Keefe. That's I like that kind of teamwork.
That's sportsmanship.
Absolutely.
Right there. Here's the snap on 3rd. It's a quick screen to Eifert. He's got room. He's got the 1st down and more. Breaks 1, breaks 2, gets down to the 40 before he's dropped.
That might be the Saints' most effective play on the night. They've run that 2 or 3 times and picked up good yardage each time.
So a 1st and 10, that's a critical 3rd down conversion for the Saints as they keep the drive alive with 3:25 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And a fresh set of downs as they move inside Northrop territory down to the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, a little new look. Twins right and left and a single setback. That's Louis Tippmann back there, I believe. Lytle looks over the defense. Here's a snap. Looks to throw, has all kinds of time going over the middle, and it's nearly picked, but incomplete that time. He was looking for O'Keefe, who was crossing, and they just couldn't connect.
Yep, O'Keefe was on a post himself, and Vaughn Cruz, again, we keep mentioning his name, but he's doing a great job in that Bruins secondary. Stepped right in front of that and knocked it down.
Brings up a 2nd and 10, stopping the clock with 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Lytle talking it over with Coach Mark Watts. Brings up a 2nd and 10 from the 40 as they break huddle. 2 wide out to the left side, 1 wide right. Alone out there is Lito. Here's a snap. Play action, quarterback keeper around the right edge looking for that block. He gets it from Lito. Takes it down. 1st down inside the 30, down to about the 28-yard line.
Design quarterback run, went with a little zone read, if you will. Brendan Lytle doesn't do that very often, but it was very effective this time.
Another 1st down here by the Saints, getting closer to that red zone for the Northrop Bruins as the ball is now resting at the 28-yard line. Well, folks, again, if the Saints survive tonight, this 26th sectional title, They'll be playing for the regional crown against either Harrison or McCutcheon, both of those squads from the Lafayette region, so we'll be on the road next week if the Saints survive. Pre-game starts at 6:50 with live coverage starting at 7 o'clock. On 1st and 10, here's Lytle looking to throw, has pressure, rolls to his left, has time, now continues to roll, looking downfield, throws into the end zone, into the quarter, over the heads of the intended receiver, and incomplete.
Quite honestly, I think another good decision by Brendan Lytle. He really didn't have anybody open. He thought briefly about throwing it back over the middle, which got him in trouble 1 week ago.
Right.
And to Mark Watt's credit, mentioned that to me on our call earlier this week, that he had hoped that would stop in the future, and Brendan did not. He chucked it out of the back of the end zone in the left corner, and they'll live to fight another play.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, the Saints are really going to the air here on the previous drive and this drive, of course, as well. So let's see what they do here on 2nd and 10. And now we've got a timeout on the field. I believe there was some confusion on the play, and this timeout will be called by the Bishop Dwenger Saints, I believe. Yes, it is. So we'll step out for a 30-second break as well. 7-0 is your score. Dwenger on top of Northrop. This is high school football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Keep your skills on point and take advantage of the all.
Are on top of the Northrop Bruins, 7-0 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first half. 7-0 again is your score. I started something bad here, Corey. Now I've got friends and family members giving me some texts that I should give shout outs to them too. So
we're going to turn into Harry Carey.
Oh my gosh, yes, yeah.
The Smiths from Peoria.
Yeah. There's a Predator fan down in Nashville watching tonight.
Yeah.
So, 2nd and 10 for the Bishop Dwenger Saints after the timeout. 2 wideouts to the left, 1 wide right. Lytle in the shotgun, looks to throw on 2nd and 10. Has all kinds of time, looking, firing over the middle. It's got his man at the 15. Crossing route that time, connects down to about the 13-yard line.
Well, you hit the nail on the head there, Sean. He had all day in that pocket. The Bishop Dwenger Saints offensive line did a wonderful job of building a pocket for Brendan, and he was able to really wait quite a while for Patrick O'Keefe to come open over the middle there.
Well, and great delivery, too. I mean, he threw a frozen rope.
He did, a dart
across the middle, and it connected. So 1st and 10 inside the red zone now for the Saints down to the 13-yard line. Here's the snap. Looks to throw. Fade route to the corner. Has his man going up for it. Is it caught? Is it retained? Touchdown! It is. Saints score.
Northrop Bruins had their cornerback, it appears to me, I'm looking at a number here, maybe 15, Darius Sanders, got a piece of it, but credit to Griffin Eifert, although we've got a flag down in the middle of the field here.
That is typically going to be a hold. Personal foul against Northrop. It's good. Touchdown is good. Eifert again with the score. A 13-yard pass reception.
Let's go back to the description on that and detail it a little bit more. The ball got batted up in the air by the defensive back of the Bruins, and Griffin Eifert really caught that on his back.
Yeah, he did.
In the end zone, and great job by Griffin to stay with it all the way to the ground like that.
Be sure and check out our highlight film coming out this week, as I'm sure our sideline reporter Eric Pete was down there to catch all that action. Eric, were you with us down there?
I was. It happened right in front of me, and just a spectacular concentration by Eifert. The ball was tipped. He was falling, and he just extended his left hand out there, and the ball bounced off his left hand a few times, and he pulled it in.
Here is a little trickeration by the Bishop Dwenger Saints, going for 2, throwing it out of the end of the end zone. A flag comes out. So an incomplete pass, but a flag on the play, back in the corner of the end zone on the far right side.
I think the Saints are going to get bailed out by a pass interference call.
I think you're right.
They probably don't deserve it based on how ineffective that play was, but nonetheless, in the NFL, that would have been uncatchable.
Right.
But not in high school football.
Exactly. Let's see what the call is. We do have hands going out against Northrop, so this one will replay. All right, so let's see if, in fact, Dwenger will make a decision and have Belanda try and chip this one in. As O'Keefe is now looking to the sideline saying, Coach, what are we doing here? Come on.
One of the things I think that, from a coaching perspective, that when you have a play like that, you like to put it on film for future weeks.
Sure, you bet.
Make the other team defend that and waste time on it.
You betcha. Well, Dwenger calls a timeout so they can think about it. 1:37 is remaining here in the first half. 13-0 is your score, and we are awaiting the PAT attempt from Dwenger. We'll step out for a 30-second break. This is high school football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599. Keep your skills on point and take advantage of the Always 100
campus of Bishop Dwenger High School, where the Saints are on top of the Northrop Bruins 13-0 in the waning moments of the first half. And again, we have a timeout on the field awaiting the point after attempt coming up by the Saints.
Half the distance to the goal on that penalty, so it appears the Saints are going to get into the power I and try to go for two here.
That's exactly what they do. Power I left, O'Keefe under center, give it to the first man through, blast into the end zone, and touchdown right side.
Lucas Crone from the fullback spot picks up a two-pointer.
All right, so Crone caps off a scoring drive by the Bishop Dwenger Saints, which was a 13-yard reception. Again, Eifert has two touchdowns on the night for the Saints. The first was a 10-yard pass, and the second was a 13-yard pass. That fade in the back left corner of the Saints' end zone. So 15-0 after the two-point conversion by Crone, and that is our score right now with 1:37 remaining here in the first half. Eric Pete, going to come down to you here for a second for a little sideline perspective. I know it's cold, so you're moving around down there. What's the tenor on the sidelines? How are the Saints looking right now? Okay.
Sorry about that. I dropped my mic right when you talked to me. So, hey, the Saints, I mean, this is about as pumped up as you can be. And right on cue, the whole sideline starts bouncing up and down to the music. So, given these cold temperatures, a lot of these guys, of course, just going sleeveless like they would on a hot August night. And, there's a lot of excitement.
All right, thanks very much. And as our executive director often listens, don't tell him you dropped the mic, okay? All right, here come the Saints. And with the penalty, they will be kicking from the Northrop 45-yard line. And let's see here. Trying to get a read on that number. That's not Belanda, I don't
Yes,
believe.
it is.
Oh, it is.
99.
Okay, Joe Belanda, number 99. Yep.
Ought to be
Here's a line drive shot out the back of the end zone. Really didn't try and finesse that one or do a coffin corner or anything like that. So a touchback coming up for Northrop with 1:37 remaining here in the first half. Again, your score 15-0. The Bishop Dwenger Saints on top of the Northrop Bruins.
Defensive coordinator's best friend is a touchback kick. DC's love to. Casey Kolkman, I'm sure, loves it when the opponent has to go a full 80 yards.
Sure. Ball is resting at the 20-yard line, and here comes Northrop, which could be their very last drive of the first half here. Let's see what happens. We've got a trips package out to the left side, single setback, offset to the right. Here's a snap, a little draw play. Oh, he's got plenty of room. He's off the 35, and, ball comes free. Covered by Northrop at the 34-yard line.
Demarius Collin on the draw play, and really nicely done by the Northrop Bruins. Lucky that they had a receiver in the vicinity to jump on that thing. First down.
So a 14-yard gain that time out to the 34-yard line. Hurry up offense. Here's a snap, give through the middle. This time he's tracked down at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a gain of 1, maybe 2, outside the 35.
And when inside zone, their big Vinny Fiacable in there on the tackle, got his mitts on Cowan and held him to just a yard or so.
So no stoppage of the clock. That'll take us down under 1 minute to go here in the first half as Northrop comes back to the line on second and we'll call it 8. Single setback, offset to the quarterback's left. Twins right and left. Here's a snap. He looks to throw on second. Pressure comes, throws, fires. Picked off by Pisa at the 50. He's at the 45. Getting to the 40. Finds a block or two. Gets to the outside. Dragged down from behind at the 35-yard line.
Huge mistake by Dylan Hoot, the quarterback of the Northrop Bruins there, to throw that ball over the middle up for grabs like that inside of a minute left in the first half, particularly when they deferred the opening coin toss and would be getting the ball to start the second half. Saints are in prime position here to put some more points on the board before halftime.
Pisa with a great interception and really good yards after the catch there. Over 16 yards returned by Pisa on that interception. And now the Saints, with 40 seconds left, are facing a short field, 1st and 10 at the Northrop 34-yard line. Trips package on the right side, which is the short side. Here's the snap, and he looks to throw. Has pressure. Middle screen. He's got blockers out in front of him, looking for a lane. Getting to the edge, the 30, the 25, cutting it back north. Down inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line is Devin Tipman.
Same screenplay they used earlier very effectively is effective again. Northrop just has no answers for that.
I believe that was actually Louis. Is that 26 instead
I
of 25?
think that's Devin. That's Devin
okay.
Tipman, yep.
All right. Again, a 1st and 10 for the Saints inside the red zone. 25 seconds and clock ticking. Oh, snap he didn't know about, and now a flag comes out.
They were faking the screen to Eifert and going deep there to O'Keefe. They just gave it up to the defense that they were doing that with that penalty, unfortunately. Otherwise, I think that there's very likely that would have worked.
Yeah, very much so. And so let's see. They moved the ball back out to the 22-yard line. It was a false start against the Dwenger Saints. So a 5-yard penalty is assessed. The ball was snapped. Lytle didn't even know it was coming. Hit him right in the breadbasket and was able to get control of that ball. But here we go. Now they race up to that line. 13, 12, 11, 10. Clock is running down. He has the snap. Looks to throw. Bouncing it outside. Still running. Now we've got a flag. Looking to do something here and wrangled down from behind and stopped back at the 23-yard line with 2.8 seconds remaining in the half as Lytle tries to make something out of nothing. But we do have a flag. And this is probably going to be holding against the Dwenger Saints.
Yeah, that's a big penalty, and they came out of that huddle, and the clock was winding. It didn't appear that the coaching staff knew they were going to wind the clock on that, and it cost the Saints a lot of time.
It surely did. It is a holding penalty against the Dwenger Saints from the spot of the foul, which was back at about the 28-yard line. So this will take them out of field goal range with 2.8 seconds. The Saints probably content just to go into the locker room. Well, now it looks like we have a timeout on the field. Let's try and make one up. We're going to take a 30-second break as well. This is high school football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599. Keep your skills on point and take advantage of the Always 100 basketball camps. The Holiday Hoops Developmental Camp is for ages pre-K through 8th grade.
And customer service. If you'd like that special cut of beef for your next gathering, Tim Didier Meats can help. Give them a call at 260-482-8400 or find them on the web at timdidiermeats.com. 2.8 seconds remaining for the Bishop Dwenger Saints to close out the first half of action. Lytle takes a snap, play action, has a blocker, now rolls outside of contain at the 40, tries to get out of bounds and does. No pass on the play. The half is over, and both teams make their way to the locker room. The Saints do that with a 15-point lead, 15-0 over the Northrop Bruins. And that's going to do it for our first half of action, ladies and gentlemen. We'll step out for a 1-minute break. When we come back, it is our halftime presentation brought to you by Shawnee Construction and Engineering. We're back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Championship Playoff Football here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves, and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne. Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport 1 Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Parkview Ortho Express is open Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Call 260-266-4007 for more information. Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, Any age, any skill level.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
You know, I mentioned that we're blessed with our student body. There's no question, but I'm blessed with the staff and the faculty. We're a great team. When I hear compliments about the school, my first response is it's because we're a great team and we're a family. I say family a lot, and sometimes people think it's overused, but I don't think it is. We are a great family, and we are a true family. So.
Well, we can't thank you enough. You know, one thing that I really admired about you this evening is when you walked into the press box, all three guys in the front row looked back, and it's like, oh, no, the principal's here. So that was a good trick on them, too. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to have spent some time this evening here up in the press box with Bishop Dwenger Principal Jason Shipley. Jason,
can I stay?
You can stay as long as you want. We'll give you a key. So, been a great time. Thank you for all you do for Redeemer Radio, and we have a great partnership. So, wonderful. Have a good rest of the evening, too.
Thank you.
Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walking clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves, and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete ceiling, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne. Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport 1 Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Parkview Ortho Express is open Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Call 260-266-4007 for more information. Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any age, any skill level.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
So I think somehow, some way, they've got to get the ball to those two running backs, who I think are two of the best in the SAC, and they're both on the same team. They've got to get the ball in those guys' hands and hope they can start making some plays to mount some offensive drives.
And really, to that point, I can't agree with you more. However, the 3 down linemen for Dwenger have been blowing it up and putting that front O-line for Northrop on roller skates all night long. Particularly
at the nose guard position, you're absolutely right. Joe Henry and Vinny Fiacable have owned the middle of that Northrop Bruin offensive line. So to that point, they probably need to get off tackle. They probably need to run the ball outside, somewhere away from the very middle of the field.
Sure. You betcha. Now you're the Bishop Dwenger Saints. You're in there. You're up 2 scores. You're feeling pretty good about things. Obviously, things get worked on and whatnot. But Is it, again, going back to the air, or are you going to try and grind this one out and go home as healthy as you possibly can?
I think that's probably on their minds, I would assume, unless Northrop makes some sort of offensive recovery here and starts putting some points on the board and some yards on the field. You're probably going to get, I would think, a steady dose of a Bishop Dwenger downhill running game to try to grind this clock and get out of here as healthy as possible and move on to next week.
Folks, we're going to step out for a 60-second break. When we come back, we'll check in with our sideline reporter, Eric Pete, and talk about the third quarter of action. Looks like both teams getting their way back out onto the field, so we will be back in moments and kick off this third quarter. We'll see you in 60 seconds. This is high school football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Keep your skills on point and take advantage of the Always 100 basketball camps. The Holiday Hoops Developmental Camp is for ages pre-K through 8th grade.
I'm McBride, broadcasting live from Bishop Dwenger High School, where the Saints are on top of Northrop 15-0 here in sectional championship play at Shields Field on the campus of Bishop Dwenger High School. We've got about 2.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter, and right now we're going to send it down to the sidelines and check in with our sideline reporter, Eric Pete. Eric, you heard us talking about the round table up here. What are your thoughts from down on the turf? What do you have for us?
Well, I think I agree on basically all those points. I think Northrop started the game as the aggressor. You know, they just came out, and I would say through the first quarter, it looked like they were the team that was more ready to go right out the gate. And that's just a credit to the coaching staff of the Bruins. You know, this is a team that, Corey mentioned at the top of the broadcast how long it's been since they've won a sectional title. You know, they've accomplished a lot this season already just with 5 wins. The last time they got 5 wins was in 2006, and I think you guys know who was the coach at that time, Ernie Bojerab.
Yeah.
And of course, the coach just gets most out of his players. So the fact that Northrop already won five games this year, they've accomplished a lot more than they have in recent seasons, but they were not happy with that. They still came out, and you could tell from the way they came out the gate, they wanted this game. They wanted to win, and through almost the first quarter, they looked like they were the more prepared team. But then as reality set in, as Bishop Dwenger got going, and particularly that Saints defense has just been lights out.
Yeah.
You know, you can look up and down. There's so many stats that tell the story for this Dwenger defense, but one of them I was looking at before this game, I don't think there's any other team in the state that can say that they, in games that they have scored 14 or less, they are 3-0, and the Bishop Dwenger Saints can say just that.
Right.
And of course, that's only because their defense has held their opponents to even less. Just really impressive job.
Great stuff, Eric. Thanks very much for that. Folks, when you open an Elevate membership at Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, you'll get $50 in your new account and another $50 for an eligible nonprofit, like a Catholic high school, parish, or even Redeemer Radio. You already share our values. Why not share in our benefits? Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. All right, so we've got a little bit of time to check in with scores and updates from around the area, and that means talking to Nick Gray. Nick, are you with us?
Yes, sir, right here. So Carroll's out at Homestead, and Homestead is winning that one 17-0. They're going to play the winner of Westfield and Carmel's leading that matchup 21-0 right now, guys. The big game that we're keeping an eye on is McCutcheon's over at Harrison, which both schools are down in that Lafayette area. And the winner of that game will play the winner of this game. And right now, Harrison is really up on McCutcheon 31-7. East Noble, Leo, that one's tied 7-7. Concordia is over at Peru, and they're really sticking it to Peru, winning 49-0. So,
wow,
good game there. So that's where we're at right now, and we'll definitely keep an eye and keep you updated the rest of the evening. Back up to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Nick Gray. What's the story out at Eastside, Corey? What do you have?
Last I knew, 7-0 at the half. The Blazers were up on the Fairfield Falcons, trying to win their first sectional in school history. Are the Blazers.
All righty. Well, let's see if we can keep an eye on that one, too, a little bit later on. But right now, we are back to live action here at Bishop Dwenger High School, where the Saints are preparing to kick this one away. Belanda is getting set to launch from the 40-yard line. And again, in case you're just joining us, it's the Saints 15, Northrop 0. And we are getting ready to kick off the third quarter action. Moving left to right on your radio dial. Belanda puts his leg into it. Low line shot this time. It'll skip near the 10. Hard to pick up. Back at the 6. He picks it up, looking to go side to side. Won't find any room. Swarmed over and stuffed inside the 10-yard line.
Krishawn Menson on the return, and it took him a while to corral that kick, and led to just exactly what the Northrop Bruins did not want to do, and that's start inside their own 10-yard line with this third quarter drive.
The opening drive of the third quarter, typically always a statement drive, and so far this is not the statement that Northrop wants to make. They're looking at a very long field now as they place the ball at the 7-yard line. So 93 yards to go for a score here for Northrop. They start things open with a trips package to the left side, one wide right, and a single setback offset to the right.
Sean, we've got a quarterback change as well.
Yes, we do. Look at that. All right, so he's rolling to the left. He's got some room, scrambling out to the 10, breaks outside, takes another move, jukes, and gets out to the 16-yard line.
That's Isha Takari.
Takari that time, number 12.
Yeah, the quarterback that played against the Saints in the first game that they played about 3 weeks ago, and had some success that night, quite honestly, in a 9-7 loss. So that's an interesting move for the Northrop Bruins to take their senior quarterback and leader Dylan Hoot out and replace him.
Takari checks in 6'3", 185. He is a senior. And on 2nd and 2, here's a snap. Give to the tailback. Hit immediately, but falling forward. Looks like he will have enough or very close to a first down for Northrop.
Jeremiah Green on the carry. Chikari ran a little zone read there, but gave the ball on the handoff to Green. And no, I think we're 3rd and 6 inches or so, it appears.
Right. So just shy, ball just north of the 17-yard line for the Bruins. Brings up a 3rd and inches. Man in motion coming to the left side and resetting now in the slot. 2 wideouts left and right. Here's the snap. Play action. Quarterback decides to keep it. He's hit immediately, driven back. And I don't think he's going to get it. I don't even think forward progress got him back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe he did.
I think he may have it.
Maybe did. That looks a little generous, but they probably going to give it to him at this point.
Really close.
No signal from the white hat. They are going to measure. So a little timeout on the field here. Well, folks, as Nick Gray.
Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599. Keep your skills on point and take advantage of the Always 100 basketball camps. The Holiday Hoops Developmental Camp is for ages pre-K through 8th grade. You'll work on shooting, dribbling, passing, and defense December 24th through January the 2nd on Tuesday.
All right, so mass confusion here by the Dwenger Saints. Really don't know what to do as it appears the offense stays on the field. No, another Northrop player checks off, trying to make his way off. The offense is on the field for Northrop. Big push, trying to find something, falling forward, and looks like he will have enough for a first down close to the 20-yard line.
Really gutsy play call inside your own 20, but I guess it is that time of year when right. When you either go big or go home, so to speak.
So Issa Takari is your quarterback for the Northrop Bruins. On that keeper, he was able to maintain a first down. So they move the chains, the ball resting at the 20-yard line of Northrop. Again, remember, this drive started at the 7-yard line. Bruins looks over the defense. Here's a snap. He's looking to throw. Screen coming towards the middle. Looking for some room. Hit at the 18. Flag comes out, and he's dropped at about the 19-yard line.
My goodness, the Dwenger Saints defense just smothering on the edge of that screen pass. The Northrop Bruins tried to get a little something going there and probably were holding as well, or a block in the back. But even with that block in the back, the Saints were able to just smother that play.
And you have to wonder, how is a defensive tackle like Jordan Watercutter able to get off the bottom of that pile?
Yeah.
I mean, that is just amazing.
The backside defensive tackle is out in the right flat. Amazing. You're right. Great play on his part.
10-yard penalty against Northrop that time. Puts the ball back at the 10-yard line. They'll reset the first down. Brings up 1st and 20 now for the Northrop Bruins. Takari now looks over the defense. Trips package to his right. Single setback offset to his left. Here's a snap. He looks to throw on 1st and forever. Slips, goes down, and is tackled near the 4-yard line.
Saints brought the heat on that one. Gage Renbarger came on a blitz from his outside linebacker spot and was able to force Jakari out of the pocket and then came up with the tackle. Now we're looking at 2nd and about 25.
Yeah, that's a tackle for loss of 5, so a sack accredited that time to the defense for the Saints. Loss of 5 on the play. And now Northrop started this drive on the 7, is now back at their own 5-yard line. Takari will take the snap from shotgun at the goal line. Here's the snap, and it's a draw play, bouncing it outside, finding a little room, back to the line of scrimmage. No, misstep and dropped in the open field at the 5.
Fantastic open field tackle by Devin Tippmann from his middle linebacker position. He just saw that draw and took care of it for no gain. 3rd and 25 from the 5.
Unbelievable. Jeremiah Green, the running back that time for Northrop, no gain on the play whatsoever. And the Saints defense is swarming here in the third quarter. 8:12 to go in the third. Score remains 15-0. Dwenger on top. And Northrop really, they're back up against it from their own 5-yard line. On 3rd and 25. Here's the snap. He looks to throw. Looking. Firing over the middle. Wounded duck in the air. It's picked off at the 20. The 15. That's Eifert again at the 10. Looking for that end zone. Dragging a tackler down to the 5.
Yes, just playing center field out there in his free safety spot was Griffin Eifert, and becoming quickly the player of the game tonight.
Yeah, clearly. Yeah. 2 touchdowns. Is that his second interception
That's his
as well?
second pick as well, yep.
So 4 major catches for Griffin Eifert tonight, number 32 for the Saints. And now, oh boy.
With Patrick Finley on the bench, you knew somebody was going to have to step up and kind of become that playmaker, and Griffin Eifert has done it tonight.
That he surely has. 1st and goal for the Saints off of the interception by Eifert. The lineup in a power I right. Lytle under center. Bad snap. Here's the pitch. He's got it back to his running back, trying to find that edge. Getting hit at the 10 and going down is Tippmann.
Great job by Vaughn Cruz on the edge for the Bruins defense. Fought off a block and was able to become the low man, if you will, and take the legs out from under Devin Tippmann. And that's about a 4 or 5 yard loss for the Saints on that pitch.
Yeah, great penetration that time by Northrop. Still 2nd and goal, back near the 10-yard line for the Gold Helmets. Clock winding down, close to 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. They'll stay in that same power I right formation. Here's a snap. They flow to the right. Backside pressure. He gets out of it. Lytle looks to throw. Fires over back of the middle. Touchdown. Easy pickings for Eifert. Who it is. Eifert again on a touchdown pass.
3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. We can go on and on and on. But I think the play actually was made by Brendan Lytle because he was able to get out of the grasp of a Northrop Bruin and extend that play long enough to find Eifert in the end zone.
Amazing reaction time as they were flowing to the right. He didn't see anything there. Checks off, goes back left, and is facing the face mask of a Northrop defender and got out of it somehow and was able to find Eifert in the back of the end zone for a 5-yard touchdown throw. PAT coming up for the Saints. The hold, snap, and kick, all three, no, wide right this time for the Saints, so the PAT is no good. The score remains 21-0 now with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. We're going to step out for a 30-second break. You're listening to High School Football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any
depth of that roster.
You bet. Belanda launched this one from the 40, kicking left to right on your radio dial. Nice kick this time, taken near the 11-yard line, gets out to the 20, looking for some room through the middle, gets stuck at the 25, and no more progress after that hit.
Great job by the Saints kickoff crew. A week ago, they gave up a kickoff return touchdown to the Northside Legends, and that's the first of that sort of thing we've seen in a couple of years. So I'm sure the special teams meetings this week were a little bit more, I bet they had their attention, so to speak.
A little more intense, maybe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so here come the Northrop Bruins on offense. And again, on that last drive, it was number 12, Isa Chikari, the quarterback, and it looks like he will remain.
Dylan Hoot is in back
That's
in.
Hoot again?
Yep.
I need glasses. That's all there is to it. Hoot back in as the field general for the Bruins. Here's a pitch to the right side. Good pitch this time. Stuck at the line of scrimmage, trying to get some additional yards. Won't find much, maybe a yard or two out there on the far side of the field.
Well, I'll tell you what, we talk about Griffin Eifert doing a great job in the place of playmaking for Patrick Finley, but Sam Pisa has done a phenomenal job at the strong safety.
Yeah.
He came right up the alley, so to speak, running that alley and made just a tremendous stick on Green.
So they place the ball at the 27-yard line, officially a 2-yard gain that time. Brings up 2nd and 8 for the Bruins. And they come out with a trips package to the right side, one wide left. Hoot remains in the shotgun formation. Pressure coming from the edge. Picked up, looks to throw over the middle. Fires in, picked off again. He's at it again. He's going across. That's Pisa again on a return. Waiting for a block. Getting one at the 10. The 5 gets to the end zone. Will they give it to him?
I think he's in.
Touchdown, Saints.
Sam Pisa picked it off over the middle. We just talked about how he was doing a great job of filling in for Patrick Finley. And right on cue, he picks one off, runs it back. I think that was probably in the vicinity of 40 yards.
50?
50, Tony Lay says.
Wow.
And just a great interception and return. Had a bit of a convoy from his teammates.
Yeah.
And was able to punch it into the end zone. Good for Sam Pisa.
Wow. Defense stepping up again, a 50-yard pick six by number 22, Sam Pisa, coming up with 6 more points on the board for the Saints.
Seems like every time the Bruins put it in the air,
Yeah.
bad things are happening.
Yeah. Would imagine if I was a DB for Dwenger, I'd be looking for those balls in the air there. Here is the PAT. It is up, and this one is good. So the score is 28-0 with 5:53 remaining here in the third quarter. We'll step out for a 30-second break. You're listening to Championship Football here on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar.
Sam Pizza has scorched the Northrop offense with a 50-yard pick six and vaunted this 28-0 now. The Bishop Dwenger Saints on top of the Northrop Bruins. Interesting stat delivered by Tony Lay. Corey Kitchen, the Bruins have more interceptions on the night than completions so far, and that's a tough way to win some ball contests.
It certainly is. It's a tough way to score any points, and Northrop just faces an absolute uphill battle against that Bishop Dwenger defense, as most teams all season have.
Sure, yeah, that's exactly right. All right, so the Saints scoring on defense will now kick off from the 40. Belanda gets his leg into it. Nice kick this time, right down the middle, taken near the 10, 15-20. Looking for some room, gets to the 25, wrapped up and dropped near the 26-yard line.
Toby Ecke on the stop for the Saints there on the kickoff team. And the Bruins will start from about the 27, it appears.
And will it be Dylan Hoot is the question as the quarterback.
Yes, it will.
It will as he comes out. Let's check in on the sidelines with Eric Pete.
Well, Coach Kolkman sending his defense out there and shouting out to them, let's do it again, guys. So we'll see what they got.
Fear the beard. That's all there is to it. All right, here come Northrop on offense. Two wideouts left and right, single setback. Hoot from the shotgun. And it's a give through the middle. Spinning out of one, but not another. Is the running back that time.
Ran a counter that time. They pulled the backside guard to kick out the defensive end, but were unsuccessful in gaining a whole lot of real estate.
Yeah, Cowan didn't get much at all, maybe even a loss of a few inches. We'll call it 2nd and 10 for Northrop. And again, they come out from the huddle with a trips package to the right side. Cowan is offset to the quarterback's left. Blitz being shown by the Saints on the edge. And now we've got a flag on the play. And we'll talk about what that is.
Things are coming apart at the seams for the Northrop Bruins here at this point. You're down 28-0 in the third quarter. You haven't been able to mount anything offensively, and hopes are getting a bit grim at this point.
That they are. So they mark off the 5-yard penalty, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 15 now for the Northrop Bruins as the clock winds down, under 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Same formation this time as Hoot looks over the defense with a trips package to his right. Here's the snap. Give to the tailback. Off tackle right. North of the 20. Gets out to about the 24-yard line. So gain of a couple, maybe 3.
2nd and 15, and they're running inside zone. They appear a bit scared at this point to put the ball in the air, and who can blame them?
Yeah, no kidding. So they do mark the ball back at the 24-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd and about 13. And again, if the Saints get a stop here and Northrop forced to punt, Saints will again take over with excellent field position. Well, let's see what happens here on this big down. 3rd and 13. Here's a snap. Pitch. Right side, he's got some room. Getting pursued. Looking for something. Not there. Tackle for loss back at the 22-yard line.
Once again, 3rd and 13, and they're running speed option in the run game. I mean, that tells me they aren't overly comfortable putting the ball in the air anymore.
No, not at all.
And that's going to be a tough way to win a football game. You almost feel as if they are waving the white flag to a certain extent here.
Alec LaShore in on the tackle with Watercutter that time for the Saints, forcing a 4th and long situation, and the punt team is on for Northrop. Good snap. Pressure comes. Oh, he shanked this one. And again, it trickles out of bounds in Northrop territory at about the 32-yard line.
When you're the Bruins, just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, you shank a punt out of bounds for about a 10-yard punt, and you're going to give the Saints the ball back at your own 33-yard line.
That's a tough one. Well, folks, the St. Felix Catholic Center in Huntington, Indiana offers one-day and overnight retreats with over 70 rooms. Be sure to visit Our Lady in her grotto and walk the 30 scenic acres. St. Felix is the former home of Blessed Solanus Casey. Visit their website at sfcatholiccenter.com. Lytle still in there as quarterback on offense with an empty backfield. He has 2 wide, 2 left. Man in motion now is O'Keefe coming behind the quarterback. And it's a give to O'Keefe, trying the right edge. He's got a blocker, gets outside to the 25, and knocked out of bounds.
Brought Patrick O'Keefe from left to right in motion, handed the ball off to him on an inside zone play. Patrick doesn't get many carries of the football, but they've got all hands on deck in that backfield tonight.
So they place the ball right at the 25-yard line. We'll call that a gain of 8 by O'Keefe. And that brings up a 2nd and 2. O'Keefe wearing number 10 always leads the charge of the Saints out of the locker room. Lito in motion now. Here's a give to Lito through the middle, breaking back to the right side. Has the first down and a little bit more inside the 25 down to the 21, and a late flag comes out.
Yep, it appeared that Josh Scroggum might have been involved in that skirmish, and if anybody knows Josh, he's about as nice a kid as you'll ever meet. So if he got fired up, I would imagine something's going on down there.
You know, he's one of the quietest kids I've actually taken Josh on vacation with our family. He's a great neighborhood kid.
Oh.
And I got to tell you, I think I lost him one time because he just doesn't say anything, you know. So he's a quiet kid, and this was a what they call their
true to form. It wasn't his fault.
Yeah, personal foul against Northrop, and that will move the Bishop Dwenger Saints inside the red zone of the Bruins, and that is going to be a costly one as they move it down to just inside the 11-yard line. So now they are set up again. On that short field, it was a botched punt by Northrop that gave them this field position. And now another costly penalty against Northrop. And now the Saints facing a 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Man in motion, left to right is O'Keefe again, going behind the quarterback. Now give to O'Keefe, going around the right side, following a big block inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line.
Great run again by Patrick O'Keefe. The Saints just feel as if they smell blood in the water, so to speak, here, and they're trying to put the exclamation point on this and get the backups in fairly soon, I think.
Yeah, he was running behind Henry, and I think I might want to try that.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 28-0 is your score. Saints threatening now. Ball on the 2-yard line. Man in motion from left to right again. Going behind is O'Keefe. They give it back to O'Keefe. This time Northrop smells it out. They hit him in the backfield, drive him back. That is going to be a loss back to about the 4-yard line.
They did read that one this time. They brought O'Keefe back into the backfield, handed it off to him once again. The 3rd time they've done that on this drive, and Northrop figured it out this time.
Yeah. So KJ Tipman checks in along with Devin Tipman. I'm smelling a power eye situation here. Now, is that a 6 or a 5?
We got Louie in there.
Louie, I'm sorry. Yeah. So Louie Tipman is going to be the tailback behind KJ Tipman in an I formation. Here's a snap. Fake. Fade to the corner and incomplete that time.
Looked like they were looking for number 83, Jack Tipman, the tight end on the play.
And another late flag comes out from the middle of the line. One on the ground, and then one goes way up into the air.
Things are getting a little chippy down there.
Yeah, they surely are. The officials stand at the 4-yard line. And here comes the call. Personal foul once again against Northrop. And an ejection. Wow. Okay, so a player gets ejected by Northrop.
I can't pick up the number. Looks like maybe 77, Jordan Young.
Yeah,
I believe
hard to speculate. So at this point, we'll see what happens. Officials are going to go over to the Northrop sidelines and talk about this.
Half the distance to the goal.
Yeah. Let's check in with Eric Pete down on the sidelines.
Well, guys, as you know, before the game, I was there for the coin flip, and the referees were very specific that they would not tolerate any colorful language or any words like that. So, again, you don't want to speculate, but they were watching this game very closely.
Sure, yeah. All right, well, again, the officials now coming back from the Northrop sidelines. As the Saints are already lined up, they've got about a 3rd, 1.5, 3rd and 2 situation, but it takes a few more inches and they'll score a touchdown here as the ball is placed on the 3-yard line. They wind the clock, and here we go. I formation. Louis Tippmann is your tailback. Give it to him. Following KJ, touchdown. Off tackle right, and they dance again into the end zone for another 6 points.
Nolan Fisher from his offensive guard position just absolutely pancaked a Northrop defender there and leading that block. And the Saints, I think, maybe have put the final exclamation point on what has been a phenomenal third quarter.
34-0 is now the score. Saints dominating this contest in fine fashion. And again, the success, Corey, we've seen it all year, is that the offense builds off of the defense.
Yeah,
and that's all there is to it.
Casey Kolkman's crew is here to play again tonight, as they have for two full seasons, basically.
Right. Here comes the PAT. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. So another point on the board for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. 1:47 remaining here in this third quarter. 35-0 is your score. Saints on top of Northrop. We're back in 30 seconds. This is high school championship football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
Back to live action here. Alongside Corey Kitchen, I'm Sean McBride. We're broadcasting live from Shields Field here on the campus of Bishop Dwenger High School, where the Saints are rolling to their 26th sectional championship against the Northrop Northrop Bruins. The score right now is 35-0. And interestingly enough, our sideline reporter Eric Pete just mentioned running clock situation at this point. So the mercy rule is in effect.
Even in the playoffs.
Even in the playoffs. Except for the state championship. Because there's television involved. So the advertisers get sway, I guess.
No kidding. Didn't know that.
Yes. Explained that when it was at Eastside, the official was up in the box talking to us. So you always learn something at Eastside. So the kickoff is flagged. Might have been offsides against the Bishop Dwenger Saints.
The aforementioned Eastside Blazers up 21-0.
Wow!
And on their way to their first ever sectional championship. Pretty exciting.
Very exciting for the Blazers. I will say, great press box there, but more so the hospitality. Now the field, we need to talk about.
Yes, yes.
But great folks up there at Eastside, up in Butler. Okay, so again, they reset, but the clock is still ticking, so we clearly are in a running clock situation as Toby Ecke is the kicker here. Again, interestingly enough, Toby is a soccer recruit and plays some time at running back, some time at DB, and now gets an opportunity to kick the ball.
Officials blowing the whistle.
Yeah,
I'm not real sure why.
He doesn't know if he's allowed to make his approach or not. The ball is resting at the 35-yard line.
Not exactly sure what's going on here.
I don't think a lot of people are sure what's going on, but
having a play clock issue potentially.
It could be. There's the whistle, and let's start over. Let's see what happens here. Ecke gets a leg into it, high end-over-end kick, a little short, taken on the run near the 25-yard line, looking for some blocks, finding them, breaking it outside the 30, the 35, dragged down from behind near the 37-yard line.
And number 4, Vaughn Cruz, who's had a big night on defense for the Northrop Bruins, was able to return that into pretty decent field position as it relates to where they've started previously tonight.
And it'll be interesting. Okay, so we see Watercutter out there, so still the number ones, at least some of them, are on the field for the Dwenger Saints.
We've got intermixed backups in there. I see Conley Foreman's at corner. I see Drew Lytle in at free safety, it appears. So we're Geisinger up in the middle, it appears, at nose guard.
1st and 10 for Northrop. Man in motion. They try the jet sweep. around the edge on the right side. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and not much more there. Again, flying pursuit by the Saints in the gold helmets.
Yeah, you've got a jet sweep play, and you've got your defensive tackle, Jordan Watercutter, way outside making that play with the middle linebacker, Devin Tippmann. I mean, these guys fly to the football.
Yeah. We'll call it a gain of 1 out to the 39-yard line. As Northrop breaks huddle and comes to the line with 28 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Again, we're in a running clock situation in case you're just joining us. On 2nd and 9, here's a snap. Give to the tailback through the middle, trying to break through that brick wall, falling forward for a gain of 2, maybe 3, past the 40, out near the 41.
I think that looks like number 30 on the carry for the Bruins, Trayvon Madej, and I think that'll be the last carry of the quarter.
And that it will. Okay, folks, 12 minutes left to play in this contest. Again, it's a running clock contest, so we're going to step out for a 1-minute break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up here from Dwenger High School. Stick around. This is Sectional Championship Football here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
For every victory, for every highlight, for every team in the Summit Athletic Conference, we've got you covered. Like, follow, and subscribe for all the latest.
"12 minutes remain in this sectional contest between the Bishop Dwenger Saints and the Northrop Bruins. 35-0 is your score. Dwenger in the driver's seat and 12 minutes away from their 26th victory. Here's a pitch left. He's stuck, hitting the backfield, spins out of one, can't spin out of another. Gets back to the line of scrimmage and maybe gets forward progress of another yard. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 6 situation for Northrop.
Just looked like a speed option off to the left side, and it just appears to me that Northrop would be really happy to just get out of here at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, they have, since that last interception, they have not gone back to the air once. Kept it on the ground and content with letting the running clock run. Northrop in a punt formation now. 2 men trickling back deep for the Saints. Here's the snap, the kick. Nice punt that time. Fair catch called for. And he's touched up, and a flag comes out. You can't touch him at all.
Drew Lytle getting an opportunity back there deep to receive that punt, and did a nice job making the catch, and looked like we had a little kick-catch interference there from the Northrop Bruins.
Well, folks, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union is a strong supporter of Redeemer Radio and our Fort Wayne area Catholic schools. This makes a huge difference in our community. Notre Dame FCU would now like to challenge more people to do the same. Just call Tricia Benzing at 260-247-2361 to get more information on how you, too, can become a sponsor of high school sports or daily programming on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM. All right. Well, let's take a look at the Dwenger huddle. Do we have a quarterback change yet, Corey?
It appears that we do. We've got, looks like,
O'Keefe.
Patrick O'Keefe getting to take some reps here as the signal caller.
Patrick O'Keefe wears number 10 for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Has seen a lot of action tonight on the field, but none yet as quarterback this year.
Started the first 6 games of last season at that position.
Right. On 1st and 10 near the midfield stripe, here's a pitch to the left side. That's Ecke looking for a seam. He's got some. He's off to the races. He's at the 35, the 30, finally getting dragged down, trying to tackle him. He gets inside the 20 before they push him out of bounds.
Outstanding run by Toby Ecke. He was a bit of a Larry Zonka type of run where they had pulled his jersey off his shoulder pads, or Earl Campbell, if you will.
Yeah.
And they just could not get him down.
Wow. So Ecke tears off a huge one down to the 17-yard line of the Northrop Bruins. That is a 36 36-yard run by Ecke. And they are down inside the red zone this time.
Our younger listening audience has no idea who I'm talking about.
That's right. Here's another pitch. This time Ecke tries the right side, waiting for those blocks. Gets to the edge. No, gets his legs taken out for underneath him. And he stopped for maybe a 1 or 2 yard gain.
Vaughn Cruz again from his safety spot. He's probably been the MVP of that Northrop defense tonight. Done a great job coming up and making sticks from the safety position, and that's no easy task.
No, and time again we see him. He just flies in there like a dart and takes out the legs of the runners. Great open field presence there by that safety. And that limits the gain to 1, brings up 2nd and 9 now for the Saints. Ball again at the 17-yard line. Here's a snap. Give to Ecke through the middle this time, pushing his way into the linebacker core. Gets inside the 15, down to about the 13-yard line.
Just a very basic CYO isolation play out of the I formation there that these kids have probably been running since 5th grade.
All right, New Jersey's now checking in for the Dwenger Saints. Looks like this time is going to be number 60, Jonathan Nepper. He is a senior offensive lineman, checking in at 6'1", 225, wearing number 60. Again, we're in a running clock situation, folks. We're already down to 7 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the contest as O'Keefe is under center with an I formation behind him. Here's a snap, pitch to Ecke around the left side again, trying to get outside, now finding a seam, gets down to the 10 before he's tackled, and that's going to bring up a 4th and about 2 for the Saints.
What a wealth of talent the Saints have when you can trot a guy out there like Toby Ecke, who could start for some SAC programs here in town, and he's their 3rd or 4th running back.
Well, and again, this is his first year playing football for the Saints. A soccer standout for sure, but again, he fills the pads quite well.
Yeah, athletic young man.
Saints are going to go for it here on 4th and a long 2. We'll call it actually 4th and 3 according to the scoreboard. O'Keefe under center, tries the hard count, steps back, and now they're going to call a timeout here. So they tried to get him again on a hard count. This one doesn't work. So we're going to step out for a little 30-second break as the Saints take a break as well. This is Sectional Championship Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Keep your skills on point and take advantage.
Go back to live fourth quarter action as the Saints are threatening, but looking at a precarious situation here. They've got a 4th and 3. The ball is resting at the Northrop 10-yard line. And in case you're just joining us, it's kind of academic at this point as the Saints are up 35-0 over Northrop. O'Keefe under center, I formation. Here's a pitch again to Ecke. Has some room, gets to the 5, gets down to the 4. He does have enough for a first down. And the Saints will come up with a 1st and goal coming up after the Toby Ecke run.
He really got tagged on that run by Devon Godsey. The linebacker of the Northrop Bruins was taking out some frustration on that stick and just really laid the wood to Ecke on the way out of bounds there. But to Toby's credit, he hung on to the football, and picked up the first down.
Ball resting just inside the 4-yard line. 1st and goal for the Saints here with 6 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the contest. Can the Saints put another 6 on the board with this drive is the question. Wide out right and left, I formation. O'Keefe under center, give to Ecke, off tackle, right side. Gets into the end zone or stopped at the 1.
Looks like they're going to stop him just shy, but much to the chagrin of the Saints offensive line, who in unison put their arms up for a touchdown call.
Yeah, 11-yard arms in the air, but it is not. They're at the 1-inch line.
There's some love for Toby. They want to get him in there.
This is his drive. O'Keefe on the snap. Give to Ecke. Off tackle right. He's in. Touchdown Saints. Ecke finishes off a strong drive by the Saints, and 6 more points on the board for the Gold Helmets.
And they're excited about it. You can see all of his teammates really, really happy for him, and must be a great locker room guy.
Yeah, Ecke with his first touchdown of the year. 6 more points on the board, vaults the score 41-0 Saints over the Northrop Bruins. And the PAT team is looking for another player, I believe. And they find him. Here he comes, trotting out.
Someone a bit asleep at the wheel there.
Yeah.
Oh, the long snapper. That would be would be helpful.
Yes. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2. They got to get this. Okay, snap is off. Kick is up. Trickling. And is it good? It is. So the kick is good.
By
and,
Ryan Ward.
Yeah, Ryan
making
Ward.
an appearance as the place kicker there. And the Saints are pretty happy about that kick as well.
Are. Yeah, so Ryan Ward puts another point on the board for the Bishop Dwenger Saints with 4:28 remaining in the contest. We'll step out for a 30-second break. This is Sectional Football here on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599. Keep your skills on point and take advantage of the always one.
Shields Field, where the Bishop Dwenger Saints are marching their way on to another sectional championship. 42-0 is the score over the Northrop Bruins. We've got 4:28 left in this contest in a running clock situation, and a lot of fresh jerseys out on the field for both squads at this point in time. So we're going to send things over to Nick Gray and get some updates from around the area and see what he's been tracking late here in the evening on Friday night. Nick, what do you have for us?
Well, Carroll did score, guys. They're playing out at Homestead, but Homestead still leads that matchup 17-7. They'll play either Westfield or Carmel, and right now Carmel's leading that one 21-0. So it could be Homestead-Carmel next week in 6A action. The game that we're really keeping an eye on, fellas, is the McCutcheon at Harrison, both Lafayette area schools, and a travel opportunity for the team. Right now, or still, Harrison is winning 31-7. So could you guys probably want to expand a little bit on Harrison and what you might think of for next week's matchup? East Noble, Leo, right now East Noble's winning that one 14-7. Marion has beaten Mississinawa, so the winner of that game, probably Marion, will end up playing East Noble or Leo. Again, East Noble's winning 14-7. Concordia did end up beating Peru 56-6, guys.
Wow.
And another hot matchup we've been keeping an eye on, especially up here in the booth, is that Eastside is beating Fairfield now 27-0. So congratulations to them. Back up to you guys.
All right, Nick Ray, thanks very much for that update. A big score out of the Cadets tonight. Wow, congratulations and hats off to them.
And for their win, they'll probably get number 1 ranked Chittard coming to town next week.
Well, they'll savor this victory tonight first.
Yes,
you betcha, absolutely. As well as Eastside. Corey, hats off to the Eastside Blazers.
Phenomenal.
That's
Long
great.
time coming for the first sectional title for the Blazers. I couldn't be happier about that.
Well, again, let's talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, next week we're on the road. It sounds like we're going to Harrison, which is down at West Lafayette, as the Saints will take them on in regional action. And, Corey, you've done a little homework there. What do you have for us?
I have. The West Lafayette Harrison Raiders are 8-2 heading into tonight's game. Sounds like soon to be 9-2. Both of their losses are to 6A teams. And you might say their schedule strength probably not as good as the teams in the SAC would play, as Bishop Dwenger has played, but the North Central Conference appears to be no slouch. According to Sagarin, schedule strength 79th in the state, whereas Bishop Dwenger's is 74th.
Wow.
So they play similar schedules. They are a fairly good defensive ball club, and they've held 6 of their 10 opponents this year to 3 points or less, pitching 5 shutouts on the season. They average over 37.5 points a game. And according to Sagarin, for those that are interested, Bishop Dwenger would be about a 3-point favorite is all.
Wow.
So a worthy opponent next week, it appears.
Coin flip game is what we would call that for sure. So let's keep an eye on that, as we will take to the road so you guys don't have to. And so we'll be broadcasting live on 106.3 FM next Friday night at 6:50 p.m. will be our pregame show. And then live coverage begins at 7 o'clock. And remember, if you can't listen live on 106.3 FM, you can check us out online at RedeemerRadio.com and just click on that Listen Live button, or better yet, just download our app. Go to Redeemer Radio at the App Store and just download the Redeemer Radio app as well. Back to this game here, Northrop, again, now into Dwenger territory, trying to find some room and not finding much there. That Dwenger defense, a lot of twos are out there and still swarming over the ball on defense.
Done a great job all season, all night, and they continue here, and we're down inside of a minute left for this 26 sectional, but first in 5A.
That's right, third in a row, but first in 5A. So hats off to the Gold Helmets tonight, as they will come away with a massive victory and a really kind of a statement win, 42-0 over the Northrop Bruins. If, in fact, these next two couple plays here hold out, that the Saints can just wrap him up and drag him down for a big tackle for loss, and that's exactly what they do.
And a fumble, and the Saints recover.
Wow, okay.
So that'll do it.
20 seconds left, and that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Reporting live from Shields Field, the Bishop Dwenger Saints have won their 26th sectional crown. Sectional champions for 2019 are the Bishop Dwenger Saints. 42-0 is your final score, as both teams make it to the midfield stripe for the victory celebration. And again, hats off to the Saints for a statement victory tonight over the Northrop Bruins. And Corey, talking about the other side of the ball, the Northrop Bruins never really gave up. They kind of did, honestly, in the fourth quarter when the game got out of hand and got away from them. But they showed a lot of moxie out there tonight and a lot of strength, and really started off, in my mind, as Eric said as well, as the aggressors tonight.
Yeah, they did. They've been playing their best football here at the end of the season, and that did not change. At the beginning of this game, they came in fairly confident, I'm sure, coming off of that 9-7 loss the first time they played the Saints, thinking and hoping that they had confidence that they could get a win coming in here to Shields Field. But credit the Saints defense, as we often do. They quickly squelched that any hope for the Bruins, no question about it.
That they did. We're waiting right now for Eric Pete to try and get a hold of Coach Garrett and talk about the victory tonight and his thoughts immediately after the game. And we'll try and get that going here as quickly as we possibly can. But again, in case you're just joining us, it's 42-0 is the final score. And right now we'll go down to the sidelines and talk to Eric Pete, who has Coach Garrett.
All right, guys, here with Coach Garrett.
Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators, or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves, and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com. Request your virtual quote and use the code Summit City for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne. Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Parkview Ortho Express is open Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Call 260-266-4007 for more information. Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any age, any skill level.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.